Okay, hi, this is Victor, and I believe that Harris will dominate meathead, that is Trump, during the debate as long as the mediators don't allow him to sidestep expressing any ideas that he may have about policies that affect Americans, if he even has any ideas. I suspect he will continue to attempt to deflect attention away from relevant issues because he knows that he cannot communicate on the same level as Harris in that area. Trump is very reliable in one key area. If he gets to talk as much as he wants, he will eventually say something stupid, like he did when he talked about black jobs while addressing the International Association of Black Journalists. If he is asked about policies, I suspect he will simply try to say what he thinks the Democrats want to do rather than addressing what he wants to do. Basically, he will just start babbling and bitching about the competition because he has no plan. He's in this simply for his own ego. Please watch this video on some things to expect during the upcoming debate.
In previous presidential elections, the televised debates between the two major party candidates haven't had that big of an impact. That is until 2024.
The total initiative relative to what we can do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence.
What we saw in the June debate between President Biden and former President Trump led to the end of President Biden's candidacy and a switch at the top of the ticket. All of this raises the stakes enormously for the first and possibly only debate between Vice President Harris and former President Trump. The opportunity to see her go toe-to-toe with someone who is a little bit unconventional, a little bit loud, and someone that the American people have seen on the national political stage now for 9 years. This will be sort of their first chance at seeing Kamala Harris in the same sort of venue.
They're a team. You know, she's trying to throw him overboard. She doesn't want to know who he is anymore. No, they were a team.
Trump, for obvious reasons,
Yes, he is correct. They were a team. Just like those convicts that he had with him were on his team. And they are now in jail as a result of being associated with him. So what in the hell is the reason for even bringing that up? Just another way to deflect away from the policies that affect the country because he fears that he cannot go toe-to-toe with an experienced courtroom attorney like Harris. She knows how to take control when or if she needs to
tie Harris to Biden and the current administration on some of the issues where Americans think that the Biden administration has not done a very good job. It's also clear that Harris is using the change in candidacy at the top of the ticket as a way to create a little bit of...
And in addition to that, Harris knows how to work with people, just like Trump does not know how to work with people. He has a huge turnover in staff when he was in the White House the first time. He doesn't know how to work with people, either domestically or internationally, and that is just going to do nothing but hurt the country.
There and talk about what she would do maybe a little bit differently from what President Biden's doing now.
I have a policy question for you, sir.
Let's see if he answers it. Don't worry about it, little Marco.
Gentlemen.
We've seen both Republicans and Democrats grapple with the right posture and personality to have against someone so unconventional, disruptive, you might say disrespectful on the debate stage. We've seen Kamala Harris do this a few times. We saw her in the Democratic primary debates.
There was a little girl in California. She was bused to school every day. And that little girl was me.
We saw her debate Mike Pence in 2020.
And I want to add, Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking. I'm speaking.
But we haven't seen her in a while, and we haven't seen her against Donald Trump.
If you got something to say it to my face.
Since she became a candidate, we've seen Kamala Harris really take a sort of bring it on attitude when it comes to Donald Trump.
I took on perpetrators of all kinds. I know Donald Trump's type.
Yes, the criminal type. And she'll kick his
Donald
ass.
Trump was once in control of this race. He may not be now, but I'm sure he's eager to show that he's still in command here. And I think we may see some rather aggressive strategies from him in this first and perhaps only showdown with Kamala Harris. If you're expecting Donald Trump to stick to the script and stick to what his campaign advisors want him to do, you're going to be disappointed pretty repeatedly. They may have a...
In that area, actually, I expect him to go away from the script because he's so hard-headed. That's why I call him meathead, because he's dead from the neck up. I expect him to go off script and try to express his own ideas. And he's just end up kicking himself in the butt when he does that. But his ego doesn't allow him to realize that.
Going in, but Donald Trump's probably going to blow that up. There's an old Mike Tyson quote that everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. Well, Donald Trump's campaign always has a plan until Donald Trump steps in front of a microphone.
Okay, that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching.